Hello everyone, I'm Marco Berti, the teenager entrepreneur, and in this video, I'm going to share with you 11 ways to promote your blog posts so they reach more people, you get more traffic to your blog, and the relationships between you and your various readers can be strengthened. The first way to get more blog traffic and to promote your blog posts is to submit them to places like StumbleUpon, Digg, and Reddit. Submitting doesn't really hurt your SEO or anything like that, and you could actually get quite a lot of traffic from these three sources. Basically, what happens is that your blog post could go viral at random. There are some of my StumbleUpon posts that haven't really done well, haven't gotten much traffic, and I'm not afraid to admit that, but there have been other StumbleUpon posts that I've posted that have gotten thousands of visitors from my blog just from that one post. Think about the hockey stick traffic. That's exactly what happened to my blog one day when one of my StumbleUpon posts actually went viral. So, these three, in my opinion, are hit or miss. But when you get the hit, you could go viral, and then thousands of new visitors will see your content. The second way to promote your blog posts is to promote them on the social networks that you already have. When you do this, you're essentially spreading the word to audiences that you have already built. Many bloggers like to start from scratch and begin in that particular way and view it in that way, but they already have audiences. Regardless of whether you have 50 followers, 500 followers, or 5,000 followers, you already have an audience. And as you continue to grow that audience, the impact of using social media will continue to grow. But as you constantly tweet, pin, post, share on all of your social networks, your social media audience will remember you. They will visit your profile, engage with your content often, share your content, and then that will lead to more traffic for your individual blog posts and your blog as a whole. The third way to promote your blog posts is with YouTube. YouTube is a very powerful tool for promoting any type of content on the web because there are over 1 billion members on it and they are highly engaged in YouTube. The average user spends over 10 minutes on YouTube at a time. So it just shows how easy it is to create a video and then get people to continue watching it because they stay on YouTube for a long period of time. So you will promote your blog posts by promoting your blog on YouTube, mentioning blog posts throughout your video. And one of the key ways to really promote your blog and in a way where you can make revenue is to lead people to your landing pages, because if they subscribe, then you can send them emails, the relationship builds, and then some of these people may decide to eventually buy your product. So YouTube is a very powerful marketing tool for your blog, and you can really get a lot of traffic from YouTube, especially if one of your YouTube videos gets attention and ends up getting hundreds of daily views. Guest blogging is another great way to promote your blog posts. So one great strategy is to write one guest post per week on targeted guest blogs. So if you're in the social media niche, you're writing for guest blogs about social media. And one thing you can do if the guest blogging service allows you to is you can include links to your blog posts and landing pages in guest posts. So I write for a guest blog called Business to Community, and what I do sometimes is I will include a link to my landing page, 27 ways to get more retweets on Twitter, or I will include links to some of the blog posts that I've written, and some people who read my guest post will end up going to my own blog, reading the content, and then possibly subscribing for updates. One of the most powerful but also time-consuming tasks to getting more exposure for your blog posts is to go on joint ventures. In a joint venture, you promote someone else's content, they promote your content, and you do it in a way where both of you benefit. So it does take time because you have to build the relationship, contact the person, and it's usually a whole series of emails and maybe even several months before you actually build the relationship and the joint venture begins. So Once the joint venture begins, though, you've got people promoting your content left and right. Now, you would be returning the favor and promoting their content as well. But if you're both in the same niche, then you're both providing your audiences with more value. So even when you're promoting someone else's content, that relationship between you, your subscribers, your followers, that's building. And then there are people who are promoting your content as well, so that your blog posts and your products and your landing pages ultimately reach more people. Another great way to promote your blog posts is to create individual hubs. And what I do is I have a Hub Pages account, and I will create individual hubs, which is basically a web page where I will promote my blog posts and my blog itself. This is a great way to get more backlinks for your blog, generate more traffic, and really utilize the fact that several of these hubs are doing very well in SEO. So you will get that good SEO traffic when you create one of these hubs. I mean, when you create the hub, you have the advantage of being on a platform that has a very strong reputation. So if you post valuable content and they guide you through the process of posting valuable content and also optimizing your hubs for SEO, that will lead to more traffic for the hub. And when you promote your blog post there, that will lead to more blog traffic there as well. And one of the most underrated ways to promote your blog post is to be active in the forums. I mean, forums, that's something very old. I mean, it's been around way before the online web started, and it seems like one of those old things to do even when you're considering online forums, but it's still very effective because people are still asking questions on it. They still want the answers. And when you solve someone's problem on a forum, you can link to one of your blog posts and kind of highlight your blog post as a solution. So if you wrote a blog post about being more productive and there's someone on a forum asking, how do I be more productive? You can answer that question and then include a link to your blog post about being more productive. So you get to answer people's questions, lead them to your content. That relationship builds because not only are they grateful for you giving them the answer to their question, but now they get to read your content. And if they like your content, they may end up subscribing, and then you can communicate with these people through email. One of the ways you can promote your blog post is by promoting your blog posts within your blog. So one way to do this is with the related articles section. So at the bottom of every blog post, you could have 3 to 5 related articles that are similar to the blog post the person just read, and then with 3 to 5 options, sure enough, one of them is going to be enticing enough to get the click, and then people will stay on your blog longer. And when you get people to stay on your blog longer, that impacts the SEO of your blog in a positive way. One thing search engines like Google look at is how often and how long people are spending their time on your blog. So if you get someone to stay on your blog for 5 minutes, that's better for SEO than getting someone to only stay on your blog for 2 minutes. So by including a related article section, you essentially increase the amount of time people stay on your blog, and that will affect your blog as a whole on the search engines. And another way to promote your blog posts within your blog is a popular articles section. And what you could do with this is you simply put on your sidebar a list of your top articles that are getting the most attention. And many people like to associate popular blog posts with like the top blog posts on the entire blog. So they'll click those links, they'll see the blog post, they'll be looking for a lot of great information, and that will lead to people staying on your blog longer and really engaging with the content. And one of the other ways where you could promote your blog posts within your blog, and specifically promoting blog posts within blog posts, is to do just that. So in my blog post, what I do sometimes is I will directly link to another one of my blog posts that is related. And what this does is it lowers bounce rate and adds more value to the original blog post. So I could be creating a blog post about different ways to get more subscribers. And then one of the methods I talk about is the landing page. And I could have a link to one of my blog posts where I show people how to create a landing page step by step. It adds more value to the original blog post by providing optional content that people can read if they want to create a landing page right then and there, and people stay on my blog for a longer period of time. One of the really clever ways, but also time consuming, to get more blog traffic and top-notch backlinks is to look at big media outlets, big media sites like Huffington Post, Forbes, New York Times, and look for their broken links that lead to 404 error pages. Links that lead to 404 error pages look unprofessional, and these big media outlets don't like to see that they have a 404 error page. So one thing you could do is you can tell them you have a 404 error page for this link, but when you do this, only do this for the links that are relevant in your niche. And another thing about the people who are managing these websites is that they don't have much time on their hands, so they won't want to do the work of going to Google, searching for another good article, and then using that article instead. So you can provide one of your blog posts as a solution. So let's say you wrote a blog post about productivity. There is a New York Times article with a broken link that leads to a 404 error page. It was supposed to lead to something like 10 tips to be more productive. You tell the person you have an error 404 link, it's a broken link, and here's the solution. So you save them work, they'll be very grateful. They will typically use your blog post as the new link as long as it provides value. And then you have that top-notch backlink. And then, New York Times, Huffington Post, thousands of people are visiting these sites every single day. And there are going to be tons of people who read that particular article, and that's just going to mean more traffic for your blog. Do you have a 12th method for getting more blog traffic and promoting your blog posts? What are your thoughts on putting in the time to promote blog posts and get more traffic through these methods? Which method did you like the most? Right now, I invite you to leave a comment at the bottom of this video. And if you haven't done so already, I highly encourage you to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you want more videos like this one about digital marketing or motivation delivered to you twice every week. That is all for this video. I hope it has served you, and what I want you to do is to dream big, achieve greatness, and unlock your potential today.